Most men text like they're trying to fill silence. Hey, what's up? How was your day? Predictable, forgettable. And then they wonder why the conversation dies faster than it started. At Echoes of Stoicism, we don't text for attention. We text to evoke, to plant thoughts, to trigger curiosity, to make her feel something long after she's put the phone down. Because texting isn't about saying the right thing. It's about being the man she can't stop thinking about, even when you say very little. In this episode, I'll show you 3 psychological texting secrets that don't just get replies, they create obsession. Let's begin. Oh, and before we continue, I've got something special for you. A free ebook, The Female Mind Control Handbook. It reveals the hidden secrets to making any woman crave you. Grab it now. Link in the description or pinned comment. Let's move on. Texting secret number 1. The unfinished story method. Most guys try way too hard in their texts. They think they have to impress her with perfect grammar, long paragraphs, or funny jokes. But here's what actually works. Leaving things unfinished. Think about it. When you start a movie but don't finish it, your brain keeps thinking about it. When a song gets cut off before the chorus, it drives you crazy. That's called the Zeigarnik effect, a psychological phenomenon where people remember and obsess over incomplete things more than finished ones. Women experience this too, especially in texting. That's why one of the most powerful texting secrets is the unfinished story method. Here's how it works. Instead of texting her, "I had the craziest thing happen today," and then explaining everything in one go, you say, "I had the craziest thing happen today, but I'll tell you later. You won't believe who I ran into today, but I'll save that for when I see you." See what happens? You're creating mystery. You're planting a thought in her mind that keeps circling back to you. Now she's the one following up. She's the one who wants to keep the conversation going. This works because most guys are too available. They text like a customer service rep, answering every question instantly, explaining every detail and leaving zero mystery. The unfinished story method flips that dynamic. You become the guy she's chasing instead of the other way around. And the best part, it doesn't just work over text. The next time you're on a date and she asks, "So what do you do for fun?" Don't just spill everything, say dash. It's hard to explain. You kind of have to see it. Now she's intrigued. She wants to know more. And that, my friend, is how you become unforgettable. Texting secret number 2, the emotional roller coaster effect. Here's a brutal truth. Women don't fall for nice guys. They fall for emotional experiences. Let's break this down. Think about your favorite TV show or movie. Does it keep you hooked because everything is predictable and safe? It keeps you watching because of highs and lows, tension and release, excitement and uncertainty. That's exactly what makes a woman emotionally addicted to texting you. If your messages feel like a straight, predictable road, she'll get bored. But if your texts take her on an emotional roller coaster, she'll keep coming back for more. Here's how you do it. Tease her. Playfully challenge her instead of just agreeing with everything she says. If she says, "I love sushi," instead of saying "me too," say "sushi." That's such a basic choice. I expected you to be more adventurous. Now she's invested. She's going to defend herself, and suddenly you've created fun tension. Use unpredictability. Don't text her good morning every single day like a programmed bot. Instead, disappear for a bit, then drop in with something unexpected. "I just saw something that reminded me of you, but I'm still deciding if it's a compliment or not." Make her experience emotions, not just words. Instead of texting, "I miss you," try, "It's weird. I walked past this little cafe today and it smelled exactly like your perfume." Now she's feeling something. She's mentally there with you. The key is to break out of predictability. If you create emotional variety, she'll be glued to her phone waiting for your next message. Texting secret number 3, the reverse chase strategy. Let's talk about the biggest texting mistake most men make. They text a woman. She takes hours to reply. And what do? They double text. They send longer messages to get her attention, They act more interested, hoping she'll reciprocate. But here's the secret. The more you chase, the less attractive you become. Women want a man who is a challenge, someone whose attention is valuable, not freely given. And that's exactly why the reverse chase strategy works like magic. Instead of rewarding her slow replies with more attention, you do the opposite. You mirror her energy. If she takes 3 hours to reply, you take 6 hours to respond. If she sends short messages, you send even shorter ones. What happens next is pure psychology. She starts wondering why you're not as invested. She starts checking her phone more. She starts chasing you. And then, when she finally sends a long, engaged text, that's when you reward her with attention. This is called intermittent reinforcement. It's the same psychological principle that makes people addicted to slot machines. When a reward is unpredictable, people become obsessed with getting it. And that's exactly what happens when you pull away instead of chasing. Here's a powerful example of the reverse chase strategy in action. Let's say you text her, "Hey, I found this amazing new coffee shop. You'd love it." She responds 5 hours later with a weak reply like, "Oh, nice. What's it called?" Most guys would answer immediately with all the details. Instead, you wait, and then reply hours later with, "Oh, I forgot, but it had the best espresso I've ever had." Now you're flipping the script. You're showing her that your world keeps moving with or without her, and that's when she starts chasing. Now that you know these texting secrets, here's the real question. Will you actually use them? Most guys will go back to their old habits, over-texting, over-explaining, and chasing women who barely respond. But the smart ones, they'll apply what they just learned. They'll create mystery, spark emotions, and flip the script. And suddenly, women will start chasing them. So the next time you reach for your phone, remember this. The way you text isn't just about words, it's about power. It's about setting the tone of the relationship from the very start. And once you master that, you'll never have to wonder where you stand with a woman again. If you found this valuable, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a strategy that could change the game for you. Until next time, stay sharp, stay strategic, and stay in control. Most men will click away in the first 10 seconds, and that's okay. Because this video isn't for the average man. It's for the few who are done chasing and ready to master the kind of presence that makes her obsess without even trying. At Echoes of Stoicism, we don't teach gimmicks. We teach gravity. A stillness so powerful, she feels it without knowing why. A masculine calm that pulls her in and never lets go. And today, you're going to uncover the one Stoic principle that flips the entire dynamic. You'll stop pursuing and start becoming the man she can't forget. Let's begin. Oh, and before we continue, I've got something special for you. A free ebook, the Female Mind Control Handbook. It reveals the hidden secrets to making any woman crave you. Grab it now. Link in the description or pinned comment. Let's move on. Principle number 1. The one who cares less wins. Imagine this. You're texting a woman, and she replies within seconds. She asks about your day, throws in some laughing emojis, maybe even double texts. Now, compare that to when she takes hours to respond, keeps her answers short, and never initiates the conversation. Which one keeps you up at night, overthinking every little detail? The one who gives you the least. That's because humans, by nature, value what is scarce. In relationships, the same rule applies. The one who appears less emotionally invested always holds the power. This is not about playing games. It's about controlling your emotional reactions. If you can master the Stoic principle of indifference, you become a psychological puzzle. Women can't resist puzzles. Let's get deeper. Women aren't just attracted to looks, money, or even humor. They are drawn to emotional stability. A man who doesn't react wildly to her actions, whether she ignores him, cancels plans, or flirts with other guys, sends a powerful subconscious message. I'm not dependent on you for my happiness. That, right there, is intoxicating. Think of a high-value man. Does he beg for attention? Number. If a woman cancels a date last minute, does he send a long, dramatic text? Number. He acknowledges it, moves on, and keeps living his life. This makes her wonder, wait, why isn't he affected? Why isn't he chasing me like the others? There's an old saying, a woman falls in love in a man's absence, not his presence. When you show that you're emotionally independent, when you don't react desperately, she starts obsessing over you. Take famous Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca. They understood that attachment leads to suffering. When you emotionally detach and remain indifferent, you control the frame of every interaction. You don't get emotionally swayed by her moods, her tests, or her games. Instead, she finds herself trying to win you over. If you can master the art of indifference, not coldness, but emotional self-sufficiency, you will always be in control of the dynamic. And the best part, women won't even realize why they're drawn to you. It's a subconscious pull, one they can't fight. Principle number 2, mastering emotional restraint. Women will test you, not because they're cruel, because they are wired to seek strong, stable men. If you react emotionally, get jealous, frustrated, or defensive, you fail the test. But if you remain composed, you instantly separate yourself from the masses. There's an old Zen proverb that says, the man who controls his emotions controls the world. When you don't let a woman dictate your emotional state, she respects you. Think about it. Why are women obsessed with men who are emotionally unavailable? Because they're unpredictable. When a man is overly emotional, it signals weakness. When a man is in control of his emotions, he is a fortress. Women want to feel something in a relationship. If you can create emotional highs and lows without losing your cool, she will crave you. A real-life example. A woman picks a small fight with you, expecting you to react. Instead of arguing, you calmly say, I see what you're doing. Let's talk when you're ready. Then you walk away. She'll be left standing there, wondering why she can't get a rise out of you. That mystery makes her obsess. High-value men understand that less is more. Instead of explaining themselves excessively, they let their actions speak. Instead of getting defensive, they maintain composure. This restraint makes women feel both safe and intrigued. A deadly combination. A man who masters emotional restraint is like an unreadable book. She keeps flipping pages, trying to understand you. The deeper she goes, the more invested she becomes. That's how obsession starts. Principle number 3, the law of scarcity. Here's the brutal truth. Women don't obsess over what they have. They obsess over what they might lose. The moment a woman feels like you're a guarantee, she subconsciously devalues you. Think about it. When you know someone is always available, always texting first, always making time for you, do you cherish their attention or do you take it for granted? Women are the same. They need a sense of uncertainty to maintain interest. Now, this doesn't mean you should manipulate her. It means you should have a life so full, so engaging that she feels like she has to work to be a part of it. You're not acting busy. You are busy. You don't respond instantly, not because you're playing games, because you're actually doing something. You don't cancel plans for her because your time is valuable. A woman wants a man who is in demand. She wants to feel like she's winning a prize, not like she's settling for someone who is always available. Classic example. You go on a great date with her. She texts you the next day, expecting the usual, I had such a great time message. Instead, you wait. Maybe you reply in a few hours with something casual. No excessive emojis, no desperation. She starts wondering, is he thinking about me? Does he even like me? That thought alone makes her obsess. The law of scarcity works in every aspect of life. Luxury brands use it, celebrities use it, and high-value men use it without even trying. When a woman sees that she's not your priority, but you still enjoy her company, she will fight for a place in your life. By controlling availability, by making her feel like she could lose you, if flip the dynamic. Instead of you chasing her, she's the one staying up at night, wondering how to keep your attention. And that is how you make her obsess. Principle number 4. The art of controlled mystery. Think about the most captivating movies or books you've ever encountered. What kept you hooked? Suspense, the unknown, feeling that there was always more beneath the surface. Now apply that to attraction. A woman's interest skyrockets when she feels like there's something about you she hasn't quite figured out yet. The problem is most men reveal everything too soon. They text paragraphs about their life, their past, their emotions, all before she's even emotionally invested. But what happens when you do that? She stops chasing. She loses interest because the mystery is gone. The most attractive men are the ones who reveal themselves in layers. They drop hints, but never the full story. They share experiences, but never all at once. They answer questions, but sometimes in a way that makes her want to know more. This is controlled mystery. Let's say you're out on a date. She asks, "So what's your dream in life?" Most guys would go on a long rant about their goals. Instead, you pause, smirk, and say, "That's an interesting question. Maybe I'll tell you on our next date." Boom, she's intrigued. Now she wants the answer. Psychologically, people crave closure. When something is left open-ended, their brain fixates on it. This is why cliffhangers in movies work so well. You need to apply this concept in your interactions. A real-world example. Ever notice how women are obsessed with men who are a little hard to read? The guy who seems interested but doesn't always make it obvious. That's because uncertainty breeds attraction. A study published in Psychological Science found that women are more attracted to men when they're unsure about how much the man likes them. The not knowing increases the chase. You don't need to lie or play games. Just don't lay all your cards on the table too soon. Let her discover you piece by piece. Keep a little bit of yourself locked away. She'll become addicted to figuring you out. Principle number 5. The power of walking away. Here's a cold, hard truth. The man who is willing to walk away will always have the upper hand. Why? Because it shows that he values himself above the relationship. Women test men all the time. They do it unconsciously, but it happens. She might delay responding to your texts, flirt with another guy in front of you, create unnecessary drama. Most men react. They get jealous, insecure, or start chasing harder. But the man who truly understands his worth, he walks away. Not as a tactic, but as a reflection of his high standards. When a woman sees that you're not afraid to leave, it triggers a deep psychological response. It tells her, this man has options. He's not desperate. He's not like the others. And suddenly, she realizes she might be the one losing out. Classic example. She's playing hot and cold. One day she's affectionate. The next, she's distant. Most guys panic and try harder to win her over. You step back. You stop initiating. You let her feel your absence. And guess what? That's when she starts texting first, checking in, wondering why you are pulling away. Women respect men who have self-respect. The moment you tolerate disrespect, flakiness, or toxic behavior, you lower your value in her eyes. But the man who can look her in the eye and say, "I don't chase, if you want to go, go," is the man she never forgets. This doesn't mean being cold or rude. It means enforcing boundaries. It means knowing when to invest and when to step back. When you truly embrace this mindset, you'll find that women start chasing you because deep down, a woman doesn't want a man who needs her. She wants a man who chooses her because he has options and he values himself above all. That is how you make her obsess. Now that you understand the principle that makes women obsess over you, the real question is, what will you do with it? Most men will hear this and go right back to their old habits, chasing, overthinking, trying too hard. If you truly absorb this, if you apply it, you'll never have to chase again. Women are drawn to mystery, strength, unshakable presence. And the So, if you found value in this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Stoic Guide, and let me know in the comments. What's one moment where you felt a woman was magnetized by your energy? Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and let them chase you.